How are you doing this morning? I am doing great. Well, actually, I'm recovering from working in the yard all day yesterday. But let's move on. I've got another radio from China. You know, some people ask me, why do I buy these cheapo radios from China? Well, that's the reason, because they're cheap. So you can, take one of these radios to the beach or leave it in your car, and you don't have to worry about it. You didn't pay that much for it. And if the thing breaks, you just buy another one. So that's why I buy these radios. Plus, I love gadgets. As you can see from my fan back here, which I'm going to turn off because it's a distraction. And I'm going to turn some lights on so you can see the radio a little better. There we go. So anyway, here's my latest. Excuse me. Hey, you can tell it's early in the morning. My sinuses are draining. This is my latest big boy toy. Well, actually, it's even a little boy toy, or even a little girl toy. This is a AMF. Whoa, wait a minute. Wait just a minute. I don't think. Something that's happening. Yep, something that's happened recently on these radios, and somebody mentioned it in one of the other YouTube's videos, is that they're dropping the AM bands. So these radios now are just coming with an FM band. So, that's not a good sign for AM radio. But anyway, let's go on. Anyway, this is a FM and a MP3 player for less than $10. Less than $10. Plus it's a clock and an alarm clock. Nice big display here. And it's got some neat features. Plus, now the audio you was hearing, I gotta work on my speech. The audio you were hearing when I first started the video was not from this. It was a YouTube audio that you can use with your YouTube videos. So this was not playing because one has to be careful of playing music from a radio or an MP3 player that is not copyrighted music. So the intro was from YouTube's free collection of audio. So much for that. Anyway, it has these nice big numerals on display. Like I say, it's AM. I did it again. It's no AM. It's FM MP3 player, and then you can use these buttons down here, which is another nice feature of this one. You can use these buttons to direct dial a FM station or to select a track on your card, your memory card. There's right there is where you can put one of those little tiny micro SD cards. And boy, those things are hard to get in and out of any device. So that goes there. Over here, you have a slot for a full-size USB card, or what are you going to call it? One of these things that will plug in there. And then you have a connector here for charging this device. And I'll get into one negative about this radio. And then you have the volume button. Oh, I'm pointing it up here so I can see it. I should be pointing at the camera. The volume button right there. And then you have a little tiny telescopic antenna that helps pull in FM stations. We have quite a few local FM stations, so I don't even need to use this. And then here's the speaker is on the speaker is on the back. And down here, if I can get, yep, that opens up pretty easy. Here is the battery. Now this is one of those 3.7 volt batteries. It's called 18650 battery, which has, those typically have pretty high capacity. So they can play something for a long time. Now, unfortunately, this radio does not have any clips for using a standalone battery to clip it in. They had taken one of those batteries and attached some leads, and then there's a right there, which my camera is probably not focusing on, right there is a connector. So you can't go buy, individual batteries like this, which are available, because you need this wiring and this little connector. And these batteries are hard to solder to yourself, so I don't think you can do that too easily. So that's a drawback. And the replacement battery this comes from a company called Long Runner. It's one of those repackaging deals. You can buy replacement batteries from Long Runner, but they're $8. The whole radio is only $10. So that's one drawback I see, is this battery. Although, like I say, it will give you a long playtime. Those batteries have a lot of capacity. Excuse me. But it's just, it's not. If it had the clips in there, so you could just insert a battery and take it out, and you could buy several backup batteries in case this one dies at a much cheaper price. Well, not too much cheaper, because those batteries are not cheap. They start at about $5.95, so keep that in mind. Excuse me. You have, like I say, you have an alarm, so you can use this as a clock and an alarm. You have the MP3 player, you have the FM radio, you have controls for changing tracks and changing stations. You can have it do a search for FM stations, or like I say, you can manually punch in the frequency. Let's just try that real quick. Power on button is over here, and you have to push and hold. Oop, I turned it off. Okay, you push and hold, and it goes to the last function you used. And let me see if something is playing here. No, because the last function, I just set the clock, so the last function I used was the clock. So I've got a SD card in here with some music that I have to be careful how much I play of it. And then I've got the FM station. So I'm going to select FM right there. Use my other finger. I'll say I'm going to select FM. Okay, now what am I doing wrong? Okay, I want to turn it off. Then I'm going to turn it on. And then I'm going to select FM. There we go. Got to do it after you turn it on. So there's FM. And it defaults, I don't know why, or maybe I didn't set it up right, it defaults to the lowest FM frequency, 7.6 megahertz. But then you can put in, I got to be careful what I put in. Let me put in 89.7. That's usually news. That should be okay. 897. Takes a second.
And professional
There it
associations
is.
and scheduled to start at 10 a.m. at the train station in central Ankara. Ambulances rushed to the scene, but many roads had been closed for the rally. Turkey's getting ready for snap elections for parliament on November 1st, after Prime Minister Davutoglu
Turn the
killed
volume
the former
down.
coalition government following the June 7 elections. Since those elections, more than 30
Turn down
people
more.
were killed in a suicide bombing in the southeast.
It's got a lot of volume. So this speaker plus that battery puts out a lot of audio. And it's good quality. I've listened to FM with it, FM music with it, and an MP3 files. And the music is very good quality. The construction is very good. It's not the real cheap plastic. That's about it, It does what you need to do. Like I say, FM radio, MP3 player with controls for the FM, easy for me to say, MP3 player, excuse me. And like I say, you can use the buttons to go to a particular track if you happen to know where things are on your card. no display of what's playing. It just gives you the track number. Matter of fact, I'll go to that now. We turn the volume all the way down because I don't want to get in trouble. Actually, I just noticed that the volume does not go all the way down. I can still hear it at the lowest setting. I'm at the lowest setting. Okay, there. I had to go one more, and now the volume is gone. Okay, now let's go to the MP3 player. And I guess where I left off was track 113. And then it goes back to the clock mode, but it should be playing. Let me check that. Yes, it is playing. I can't let you hear it because it is what's on this particular card is commercial radio, commercial music. Man, it's too early in the morning. Actually, I've been up for about 4 hours, and so this is showing the minutes into a given track. And then, like I said, you can select a particular track. Like we can select track 4004, and then we'll go to track 4 and play track 4. You can select continuous play here, this little button right here. So I guess I babbled too much about this thing, but I'm impressed with the quality, and for less than $10, I got this off of Amazon. It's a pretty good little radio that you can, take with you to the beach and not worry about getting sand in it or leaving in your car. Don't worry about somebody stealing it. $10. If you enjoyed this show, please give me a thumbs up. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.